Today on AISD-TV News.
Wimbish kicks off Hispanic Heritage Month.
Burgin honors their namesake with a balloon release.
Honda makes a special donation to Bebensee.
And lots of football highlights. Next on AISD-TV News. Hello, and welcome to AISD-TV News for the week of September 26th. I'm Cami Pratt.
And I'm Tammy Ho. Have you subscribed to our Arlington ISD YouTube channel?
If you want to be the first to know what's going on in AISD,
see cool student content and lots of other stuff,
click that subscribe button
and never miss a video.
Or a good news story like this one about the students at Rankin Elementary who are in for a special treat as 5 members of the North Texas SC football team visited the elementary as a donation from our partners at Kiwanis. The players, ages 18 to 21, spoke with students about their future goals and aspirations. The pros ran drills and played a game of soccer with the students to commemorate their visit.
Important it is to finish their education as well. If you don't perform in the classroom, then it's hard to perform out on the field. It all adds up. And so I really think that once you get your school done, it's a lot more enjoyable and it's a lot more satisfying to be able to play the game you love, knowing that you finish out your education as well. I never got the opportunity to see some of, like I said, the guys I looked up to. So maybe just this little moment right here, they'll cherish it and then search us up on Google or whatever, and then maybe we'll become their favorite players or anything. You never know, but it's always awesome and really amazing to be able to see all these kids out here with smiles on their faces.
We want to give a special thank you to our partners at Kiwanis and to FC Dallas for their leadership and willingness to impact the lives of our students.
Hispanic Heritage Month got off to a roaring start at Wimbish World Language Academy. The school kicked things off with a mariachi band to welcome students, staff, and parents to school. Kids were decked out in ponchos, sombreros, and traditional dresses as they partied in the conga line. The trumpet player in the mariachi band was a familiar face at Wimbish since he's a Spanish teacher there. Abraham Hernandez and the rest of the staff at Wimbish were excited to celebrate Hispanic culture and look forward to learning about different cultures together.
Volunteers from throughout the district spent their Saturday fanning out across Arlington as a part of the annual Operation Graduation. The focus of the day is to locate students who have not returned to school and get them back in the classroom. In many cases, students are just a few hours from graduation. If the volunteer teams could not connect with anyone at the address, then they would leave an information packet. Thank you to all the volunteers who participated in Operation Graduation.
It was a special day at Burgin Elementary. Just 1 month after the death of Arlington ISD namesake Robert Bob Burgin, a balloon release was held at Burgin to honor his life. Principal Karen Tufts was grateful to be able to put the event on with Burgin's family in attendance.
Well, personally, I am just very happy that I was able to do something to help give back to the Burgin family. They give so much here to our teachers, to our kids, to our staff. They're just constantly, so it was more of a blessing to be able to give something back to them for once.
It's just part of our journey with this school and this who we are, that we believe education is huge, but this is the most special school in the world. And I get a chance to say that publicly. So it was such a blessing for me.
A local Costco store heard about the celebration and graciously donated 500 backpacks and 60 boxes of pizza for the kids to enjoy too. With acts of kindness like this, Burgin's legacy will certainly live on in Arlington ISD.
Construction of the new Bowie and Thornton elementary schools is on schedule, and both schools topped out this month. Topping out is when construction crews install the final beam in the building's steel frame. Bowie Principal Rose Raven and Thornton Principal Alicia Rodriguez got to visit their new school's construction site and sign the last beam before it was installed. Both new schools are excited to open next school year.
Last Wednesday was International Peace Day, and Ashworth elementary students showed support with Pinwheels for Peace, an art project that started 13 years ago. The elementary choir and the Seguin High School drumline and starline performed. In addition, the Arlington Police and Fire Departments were on hand to talk with students. It's been 12 years since the first Pinwheels for Peace at Ashworth, and art teacher Karen Piverell wants to make sure it keeps going for years to come. A big thanks to Seguin's Key Club and Latin Club for helping stick hundreds of pinwheels in the ground at 6:30 in the morning. Sheesh, that's early, but promoting peace in the community is well worth it.
Last Friday, the Arlington ISD Education Foundation received a game-changing $100,000 grant as a part of the Texas Rangers Baseball Foundation's Legacy Grant Program, the largest individual grant distributed in team history. The Baseball Foundation honored 5 nonprofits with grants at a press event before Friday's baseball game against the Cleveland Guardians. The Education Foundation will use the grant for the district's littlest learners, as the money will go to promote education, physical development, and athletics for pre-K students. Thanks to the grant, there will be more hands-on play outside, as the grant will allow the district to buy everything from t-ball equipment to hula hoops to bouncers. Thanks to the Texas Rangers for partnering with Arlington ISD to help build the future.
In the spirit of giving, the North Texas Honda dealers gave one free book to each Bebensee elementary student as a part of their Helpful Honda Random Acts of Helpfulness. The school was nominated for the donation by community member Catherine Hoffman after she saw a post on social media.
I feel that if they have their own personal book that they have, like for ownership, that it will encourage them to continue reading.
Bebensee librarian Margaret Resendez was grateful to be able to receive the donation.
I think it's amazing that the kids get to keep a book, have one, like she said, ownership, but more than that, the excitement on their faces. One of the Honda volunteers, Miss Molly, is actually attended Bebensee as well, so it's nice to see everybody come full circle, so it's been a lot of fun.
Thank you to the North Texas Honda dealers and the Helpful Honda team for giving the gift of reading.
It's marching band contest season for our high schools. How did I know? It's the annual Dean P. Corey Marching Extravaganza. All 6 of our traditional schools participate in this show, where judges give their critiques for each performance so that band directors can fine-tune their performance before competing at UIL. Good luck to all of our schools.
Congratulations to our September Teachers and Employee of the Month. Superintendent Dr. Cavazos started with Estefania Juarez Sanchez, who is the Technology Integrations Department Secretary.
Next up was Shelby Hudson at Workman Junior High. She is the 8th grade ELAR teacher.
Our High School Teacher of the Month is Kaylee Hudson, an English 2 teacher at Seguin High School.
The last place Dr. C visited was Bryan Elementary, where Ann Cooper, a 5th grade teacher, was awarded the Elementary Teacher of the Month.
Congratulations to all of you.
Now it's time for Sports with Joseph.
Hey everyone, I'm Joseph Reddick. District play has started in football and we had 3 home football games last week. So let's get to those highlights. It all started on Thursday night with Bowie Volunteers sitting on the visitors' side against Sam Houston Texans. What a night for Bowie. Tavares Duckett scored twice in the first quarter. This 41-yard run was followed up by a quick punch in from 2 yards out. Not to be left out, Darian Bowers takes it in from the 5 to give the Vols a huge lead. Texan quarterback Andre Salisbury connects with Malachi Sadler on this 9-yard touchdown score. Salisbury tried to connect with Orlando Scott, but Vols' Justice Singer intercepted the ball and took it in for another Bowie score. Volunteers hang over half 100 points on the Texans, winning big 59-7. On Friday night, Seguin hosted the Corsicana Tigers. It was scoreless first half until linebackers Ricorian Hodge and Evan Murray caught QB Adrian Baston in his own end zone. Safety, 2 points, and we got a game. Later in the third, Joe Morales hits a 37-yard field goal, giving the Tigers a 3-2 lead going into the fourth. Seguin found their way into the end zone on this quarterback drop by Jose Otiano's 12-yard score. Tigers answered back with their own QB draw play, but this one goes 45 yards, giving the Tigers the lead at 10-9. Cougars came back with Savant Evans hurling the ball downfield to Diesel Gordon on a 45-yard touchdown completion and winning the district game. Seguin wins 15-10. Over at Choctaw Stadium, it was a battle of the Warriors, as well as the homecoming night for Martin taking on South Grand Prairie. SGP scored first on his 53-yard rushing touchdown run by A.J. Newberry. Second quarter, after a Gage Wager 22-yard field goal, Martin's Michael Barrow made it into the end zone on his 6-yard run to put Martin in the lead. With over 5.5 minutes left in the half, Tristan Biddle hits Jeremiah Charles on this 29-yard touchdown pass to give Martin a 17-7 lead. SGP's Newberry, on the first play in the second half, took off for another long rushing touchdown. This one 67 yards, bringing SGP within 4 points behind Martin. The game ran close until Martin's Josiah Charles scoops up the onside kick attempt and took it all the way in, securing a homecoming victory for Martin with a final score of 34-21. Elsewhere in the district, Arlington Colts went on the road against the Gophers 35-18. Lamar had a bye week. 8-6A standings. In District 5-5A, This week's football schedule has the GP Gophers at Bowie, Martin at Lamar, Sam Houston at SGP, and both Arlington and Seguin have a bye week. That's it for sports. I'm Joseph Reddick, and I'll see you in the stands.
Sounds like there are a lot of great games this week. Let us know which game you're planning to go to.
Or leave us a football emoji in the comments below.
That's it for this edition of AISD-TV News. For Joseph Reddick, I'm Cami Pratt.
And I'm Tammy Ho.
Have a great week!